Let's see how to create a Google Bard API key for free on MakerSuite. If you're not sure what MakerSuite is, you can think of it as a platform, or rather a service, that allows you to create API keys and also serve as an online IDE for developments with the Palm API. And it allows you to generate text and also perform very advanced tasks such as writing code or writing poems, essays, editing, performing problem solving, and so on. When you use MakerSuite, you can test your prompts and the performance of whatever application you intend to work on. But first, you need an API key to use the Palm API. And when I say Palm API, it's the same thing as the Bard API. Google Bard is using the Palm model in the background. When you say the Bard API, it's the same thing as the Palm API. For me, I already have an account there, so I can come here to MakerSuite and I can create my text prompts, data prompts, chat prompts, and create my API keys if I want to use a new cloud project to develop a new application. But in your case, it might be different because MakerSuite is not available to everyone. Currently, Google is releasing the Bard API in batches. If you look for MakerSuite and you click on this, they will require you to authenticate yourself using a Google account. After logging in, you will see a page like this. Join the Palm API and MakerSuite waitlist. When you join this waitlist, it means that you will be added to the batch of next people who will be given access to MakerSuite. All you have to do is state your country. I'm going to select Malaysia. Then select a profession. I'm going to say academic. And you need to specify how you intend to use the Palm API and the MakerSuite platform. So I can say academic research. I want to create something new. You need to select everything that applies. So you can select multiple choices. And I also want to incorporate LLMs as well as understanding their capabilities. So once you're done selecting, make sure that you're honest because the review process is fairly simple. Click on this button here. Join with my Google account. Once you've joined, you will receive a welcome email after a few days with access to MakerSuite. If you want to start using the Google Bard API or the Palm API, go to MakerSuite on the homepage and click on Create an API. So when I click here, I have the option of creating an API key for a new project on Google Cloud or an existing project in my Google Cloud account. Whenever you create a key, it's going to be associated to a Google Cloud project. So in the background, it's all based on their infrastructure. And once you create a key, for example, I'm going to create a new one and don't even bother to use this in your own projects because I'm going to delete it after this video. I have a key now, I can copy it. I click on copy and this here is my key. Now, if I want to test it, if it works, I can use something called a curl command. You see here, they say, quickly test the API by running a curl command. If you don't have the curl utility tool installed on your PC, just look online how to do it. It's very easy. And once you've installed it, it will be integrated in your terminal. I'm going to close this tab now. And here I've opened my terminal. What I'm going to do is get this command here. I'm going to grab it, copy it, and I'm going to paste it here. It's a curl command. So you see this word here. And on the next line, we have the type of data that we are passing. So here we are using JSON. And here is the actual data that we're giving it. So we are giving it a JSON with a text prompt. The prompt here by default says write a story. But I want to say here, give me a synonym of the word intelligence. And then this is going to be sent to this endpoint. So this is powered by Google's Generative AI service. And the model we're going to use is text bison 001. We want to generate some text. And now we need to pass it our API key. So I'm going to grab my API key here, the one I just created. Then come here, remove your API key, and paste your key here. The quotation marks only come at the beginning of the URL, the endpoints, and at the end. So now let's grab this curl command here, come back to the terminal, and I can paste it. So when you paste or you press Shift Insert, let me make this a bit bigger. I press Enter, and it's sending the request to the API, the backend, and this is the output that I get. So in future videos, we're going to talk more about how to read and understand all of this. But for now, what you're interested in is the outputs. So when I said, give me a synonym of the word intelligence as my prompt, I got wisdom as the answer. This is what the Palm model believes is a synonym of the word intelligence. Now, it's not really a 100% accurate synonym in my personal opinion, but I think it's a valid output all the same. Now you know how to create an API key for Google Bard or a Palm API key. So you can go ahead and create more keys if you want. And if you lose them, just come back to MakerSuite. You can click on any key here and it will be displayed, and you can copy it and add it back to your project. So that's it for this video. In future AI tutorials, I'm going to look at the outputs returned by the API and how you can create your own applications such as AI chatbots using generative AI.